Hello, everyone. Okay, so this is going to be for the sign of Scorpio. And this is going to be all about new love that's coming in for the month of December. Um, so whether it is a new love interest that you have met or you're looking for new love, this reading is going to be all about them. So it's basically, what are they going through when you meet them? What are certain things that are going on in their personal lives when you meet them? Um, and what are like their feelings towards you? And then on the extended video that I will have posted in the description, we will get into the two of you. Like, what are their intentions? And this is just basically to help you understand more about the individual that you're going to be connecting with, or you could possibly have been in separation and coming back to, so you can know how to move forward with them. Okay. So I love this. Something different I wanted to try. So the first thing that I hear is being intentional moving forward. You could have told yourself that moving forward that you want to be more intentional when it comes to your love life because of what you have endured in the past, okay? If not, Spirit is telling you moving forward, especially for you singles, that you need to be more intentional about your dating life. You need to make sure that what you're doing, what you're attracting in, it's aligning with what you truly want, and being intentional with the person that you are connecting with about your needs. So I hear, yeah, and voicing your opinions. So let's see about the cross watcher. This is going to be all about them, Spirit. Tell me all about the cross watcher and what they're going through. So I hear a vicious cycle. They could have went through a series of vicious cycles that kind of and I hear no outlet. Like they went through a vicious cycle of trauma. And what it did, I hear, like disrupted their peace. So they could have been at a place where their peace was disrupted because of all the trauma that they have endured. Okay. And I hear like a kindred spirit. So this is someone with a kind spirit. I also see a guard. So they can be very, very guarded. I also hear works hard. Okay, so this is all about the cross watcher. Yep. So for many of you, they're thinking about you. Okay. So if they're not thinking about you, if you don't have anyone in your life, this can be someone who is weighing their options, like the pros and cons about love, about whether they should, I hear, join a relationship, whether they should be committed. So this is someone who has love on their mind and is thinking a lot about settling down, assessing what they've been through in their past. And I hear like it's weighing on their shoulders, okay? Yeah. Weighing on their shoulders and then burden. So they're feeling burdened. If you're with this person and you are in separation, they're feeling burdened by the separation and they're trying to weigh the pros and cons of what to do moving forward. This person is also focused on their abundance and they're also feeling burdened. And I hear toxic, like they could have had a toxic ex or a toxic relationship prior. And they can have a big fear of the past repeating. So they feel burdened. If you met this person already, they feel burdened. If you didn't meet this person, they're feeling burdened by the relationships that they had been in the past. Yep. See? Stuck in the past, just like I said. Yeah. So they're burdened by like a vicious toxic cycle that they want to move on forward from, but they're not knowing how to clear it up. Okay. I also hear the word self-centered. So right now this person can be focused on their self. And I hear like a self-imprisonment. They can be in their own, to me, self-imprisonment, it means somebody who's tied up in their mind. Okay. So they're really, really in their mind. I hear trying to negotiate. They could be trying to negotiate different business deals and different things in order to move forward in their life. Yeah. Let me turn this way so I'll know. So with this, once again, if you were with this person, it shows like cutting off communication. All right. So if you're with this person, you're going to notice that they're not communicating with you. If you haven't met them, they're at a point where they cut off communication with everybody. Like they just need some time apart from people just to sort out whatever they're going through internally. Let me see. Yeah. And if you know this person, they can be stalking you some way, somehow. So even if they cut off communication, if you know this person already, they're definitely stalking you. So the thing is, it's like, for the ones, if you already in connection with this person, but you have a little bit of if you have a little bit of communication with this person, it's like they're still trying to get a feel of you. Like they're still wondering about you. And I hear enticed. There's something very enticing about you, or about your spirit, because I hear spirit. There's something really special or really unique about you. And I hear going back and forth. So they're going back and forth when it comes to you. It's almost like they want to escape the feelings of having to be vulnerable. But it's like when they're by themselves, they can't help but to think about you. And if you do have a social media, there's somehow, some way they're either asking friends about you, asking people about you to see what information that they can get about you. So they detached from you in order to figure out, what am I going to do with my love life? You know? Yeah. So if you see the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, is somebody who is like self-centered, like working on themselves, trying to focus on themselves. I hear the word empty. They can feel really empty. At times, this person can go through periods where they feel like there's nobody there for them, you know, like they feel all alone at times, like they have no one but themselves. So, yeah. Yep. And this is like strength. So they can be using their strength to kind of hold back from you. If they're holding back from you, they're doing it on purpose. It's like using their strength to kind of like hold back and be to themselves. It's like they want to be in their own world by themselves. It's like they want to figure this out for themselves. They don't want, this is somebody who's really, really strong. I also hear earth. They can have earth in their chart. Like in their ascendants, they could have earth. This is somebody who wants to work on themselves. They want to figure out love. And they're not the happiest person right now either. Really, really grumpy, like on edge kind of grumpy. Another thing too, they probably are going through a situation in their family where they feel like their family always has their hand out to them. So this is someone who could be annoyed or burdened by the cycles in their family, like family members being really needy, family members being very codependent on them. But they feel that there's no one there for them when they need help. So they can be going through like a pity party almost, okay? Yeah, this is the seven of swords, like lots of betrayal. For some of you, if this person was married, I hear divorce. Like it could have been a messy divorce. And when you meet this person, if you didn't meet them, you're going to hear about a really messy divorce or messy separation that they had with someone who caused them lots of pain. And I hear trembling, like just the thought of what the person did to them makes them tremble, like shake with rage. So they have all this rage and anger and they're burdened by it, but they just almost don't know what to do with it. So until they figure out how to move forward, it's like they're staying stuck in this self-imprisonment purposely. So this is purposely. Yeah. Yeah. So once again, this is the Eight of Swords. So this is somebody who's trapped in their head. You know, it's like they're trying to be hopeful, you know, and this shows like recognition and reward. It's like they want recognition. They want to be rewarded. They're trying to be hopeful about love, but they're just too stuck in their head. Some of you, they could be a Taurus or Capricorn. They can be really stubborn, you know, like has a hard time making decision. And I hear their coping mechanisms is not too healthy. For some of you, this person can be a smoker. This person could be a drinker. But right now, I just feel heavy, heavy stress around them. They're really, really stressed. It's like the weight of the world is on their shoulders. Tell me, what else are they going through, Spirit? they just are like want to break, like one minute it seems like everything is going good in their life, and then the next minute everything is just falling apart. Let me see. Yeah, see, procrastination. So that's another thing. If you're trying to have something committed with this person, it's like they're procrastinating. They're procrastinating to move forward, and make things more official. Like they're procrastinating with making a decision. They're too trapped in their head to like really move forward. And this is why, if you already are with this person, like there's going to be some stagnancy. You're going to notice the first week or the first half of December is going to be, hole in the soul. Once again, this person has a hole in the soul. I hear like a deep void. They have a deep void, and they run away from anything of emotions because they tied emotions into pain. So they feel like they could be one of those people who feel that love is pain. And I hear spreading themselves thin. So they're probably not having that much, they're not eating that well. And I hear exercise, like this person needs to do more exercise, or something they could be thinking about, like, man, I need an exercise plan, with the hole in the soul as well. If you are more emotionally vulnerable, it triggers this person, because if they are a fearful avoidant loves are afraid of being hurt, or they're afraid of being abandoned. So if they have a hole in their soul and you are anxious avoidant and you constantly need validation by this person, it's going to trigger them. Okay, so just be careful. I also hear dismissive avoidant. Somebody can be dismissive avoidant, wanting love, yearning for love, but too afraid to open up for it, for like fear of failure. Yep. So victim consciousness. This person is going through a pity party. It can also be like the dark night of the soul. It could be like someone who needs to take control back over their life, and somebody who needs to take control back over their emotions. This is also someone who needs to move on from the past, like somebody who's gripping very, very tightly to their past. Let me see. Yeah. See, and it shows rejection. This person is very fearful of rejection. And I also hear abandonment. So if you did meet this person, or when you do meet this person, if you have abandonment wounds, or if you have childhood abandonment when your father or your mother wasn't really there for you, or they didn't support you emotionally, or you had issues as a child, you're going to notice that it could be a wound. It can be a trauma bond more so than anything between you and this person, because they have a fear of rejection, and you probably have a fear of being abandoned and rejected by this person too. So to me, this seems more so of like a connection that is going to be based off of wounds, because this person truly seems wounded. And I hear heart chakra is closed off. So this person is also going to be emotionally unavailable and afraid to truly like be vulnerable and express what they feel, out of fear of being rejected. They also could have like narcissistic traits, so just be mindful of that. Yep, everything I said, inner child healing. This is all about their inner child. And I hear like a lack of closure. So there's like a lack of closure in their family. And I hear feeling alienated. So they feel alienated from their family. They feel like they are the black sheep of the family. So this ties into their behavior. If you notice that this person, you can feel abandoned by this person because how they're in and out, but it's not you that they're running from. They're running away from having to be vulnerable. Or I hear emotionally responsible for hurting you, because they truly don't know how to love. They feel inadequate when it comes to love because of their failures in the past. So you'll notice I hear triggering. This relationship will be way more triggering than anything. And during the separation, it's like giving you time for you to look within yourself and basically, does this align with my morals? Does this align with my integrity? Is this person able to love me the way I deserve? Because you don't want to get addicted to the chase, the runner chaser mode. which is one is like a fearful avoidant, I'm afraid of being rejected, and the other one is like afraid of being abandoned. So just be mindful about this connection that will come in for you, or this is, I hear a repeat. So for many of you, this could be a repeat of a cycle of you and this person, or it can just be you meeting people and you keep meeting people with this. Like their inner child needs healing. They're fearful of rejection. They procrastinate to make a decision or to move forward with the relationship. And they're victimized, always feeling like, woe is me and everybody's against me. If you keep meeting people like this, that means it's like Spirit is telling you to pay attention to what's going on inside of you. Also be very, very delicate with this person's soul, because I hear suicidal thoughts. So they thought about, I hear losing it, like they were losing it at one time, and they had feelings of just not wanting to be here, feeling really inadequate when it came to love and just life, and wondering why people treat them the way that they do. So this person is truly, truly bruised. I hear bruised ego. They're going through a lot internally. Okay, so let's see. What else are they going through, Spirit? What are they working on in their life? What's happening? Yeah. So once again, if this, to me, this seems like somebody you could be with already. This also can be a Virgo, but you're going to notice that they're going to like disconnect from the connection. And I hear like a loophole, like there's a lot of things within themselves that they need to address. And I hear, stereotype. Some of you guys could be stereotyping this person like, ugh. But the real truth is that they have real internal issues that they need to heal on themselves, like for themselves. What else? So this shows the Hermit in reverse, which means somebody who is going within. So this is someone who is looking into themselves and someone who's trying to figure things out for themselves. The good news about the Hermit in reverse, it just means somebody who will come back around. So if they take some time to move away from you, they will come back around. What else is going on? Yeah, see? And the Emperor. Like they're trying to level up. They're trying, if this is a man, they're trying to man up. If this is a woman, they're trying to like woman up. They're trying to take charge of their life. They're trying to become this Emperor. They're trying to develop leadership skills. They're trying to build themselves up. Yeah. Yeah. This shows death. So it looks like you guys could have had an ending with this person. But I hear like dragging out the situation, and it, you know, everything is all about your free will. This is all free will, but it definitely shows like a death. To me, this could be a ending and a new beginning, like this person going through a transformation. So if you are in separation, and I hear really rigid, like their outlook on love was very rigid. They had a very rigid approach, and I hear damaging, like the effects of loving this person could have been very damaging to your soul. And of course it would be. If they have a hole in their soul, the only person who is capable of filling a hole in the soul is the individual. So this is why the person keeps separating. I hear running. You might feel like, oh, they're always running away from me. But the truth is, it's like they're running away from the feelings of love. And them, with their rigid approach, they just feel like with love comes pain. And it doesn't. It's like love is not painful. Loving people with hole in a soul is painful, not love. Love is beautiful. Love is nourishing. But if you have a hole in your soul, and if you have a victim consciousness of people hurting you, then you tend to sabotage connections, which ends up hurting you and the person. So if this person went through a death, it can also be another Scorpio. If this person went through a death, it's like they're going through, I hear rapid, they're going through a rapid transformation. So if they come back around, you're going to notice that there's a change in them. And look, it shows balance. So this is like a death that's going to cause this person to become more balanced. Yeah. You know, they're trying to, I hear fault finding. They don't want to argue. They don't want drama. They're trying to like balance out whatever's going on between you and them. So they're going through, and I hear equal give and take. Yeah. Yep. This is like the defensive. They could be guarded right now. They're guarded. They don't want drama. They don't want to, I hear, interrupt your peace. If you come off as a peaceful person, they don't want to interrupt your peace. So that I hear like they take time apart. And once again, with defensive, if you are very loving and tender and caring and nurturing, as surprising as this might sound, this is very triggering to this person. So it's almost like, as much as they love the feeling, it also triggers them because it brings up feelings of emotions and vulnerability. And this is something that they're terrified of falling in love. They don't want to be hurt. So they can really be guarding themselves or trying to get themselves back together. Yeah. So this shows like abundance, like somebody who's waiting on their abundance, like waiting on their time. They know that they don't want to be stuck in this cycle. What else are they going through, Spirit? Yeah. See? Don't let your past hold you back. So if you are with someone, like in the month of December, this is what the connection is going to consist of, like what they're going through internally. This is the wounds that they're bringing to the connection. This is somebody who, and I hear stagnating. You're going to notice if you meet this person or if you're already with them, that it's going to be very stagnant. And this person, once again, like I keep hearing the word divorce, so they could have gotten a divorce and like very fearful of connection again because they feel ultimately that love equals failure. So they're afraid. It's like, but it's all their past. None of this stuff is real. It's all illusions. With the Seven of Swords as well, it can also be self-deception, like deceiving yourself from something that you actually really want. Yeah. And then it says your hard work is paying off. So the beautiful thing about this person is I really feel like they're working on themselves and their hard work is paying off because I see a death and a rebirth. Okay. So Spirit is telling this person to surrender. They need to surrender. This is not someone that you can try to control or fix. If you try to control or fix them, or if you're too emotional, I hear like jaded, you're going to jade the relationship even more. You have to be really delicate with this person because too much emotions will make this person's, it will trigger their nervous system, and it'll make them run. So just be careful. Like I keep hearing the same word, like fearful, avoidant. So really quick, let's see how they feel about you. I guess I can use my love cards. And then we're going to move on. How do they feel about Scorpio? How do they feel about them? What are their true feelings for Scorpio in their heart? Okay. So what are they feeling for you? This is like codependency cards. Like addictions are affecting your romantic life. So they feel like with codependencies means like addiction. They can be very addicted to you, or they will if you haven't met this person. This shows passion. So they're very addicted to you. Like this is how they're feeling about you. They feel like they're very addicted to you. Religious factors, they feel like there's something about you that connects you to them. They feel that this is like, it says your love life is influenced by a religious upbringing, a spiritual path. So they feel like this connection is very like spiritual. There's something linked to spirituality and development and you two meeting. They just know that there is a higher purpose for this connection. And also pay attention to the red flag. So there's a part of them that also doesn't trust you. So they're trying to look for red flags when it comes to you. This can also be about the spine card. People with this fearful, avoidant, or the hole in the soul tend to have deep trust issues. So pay attention. There could be things that they're trying to look up. I hear dig up. They're trying to dig up or research about you. And I hear taking their time to get to know you. They want to be really sure, but they are addicted to passion. Another thing about addiction and passion, it could be somebody who's like loves to make love to you. You know, they feel that you're so passionate and they love making love to you. They feel that there's like a strong chemistry between you two. Yeah. But it shows love yourself first, you know? Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So they feel like you love yourself. They love the way you take care of yourself. I hear your room. There's something about your room if they've been to your house. They love the way um, you take care of yourself or shower yourself, or you might even shower this person. You can be a very loving person. Like they feel like you could have a high level of confidence, and that you stand out.